Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. For me, it is Thursday, August 31st, day 554 of Vladimir Putin's obscene rampage across Ukraine. I've been talking to my buddy, Blue Collar White Knuckles here, because we're more alike than we are different, I think. Just like I think most Americans are. And I agree with him on everything he says. Right? You read that comment up there. I'm someone watching my fellow working class get pushed into poverty by lack of living wages, cost of healthcare. Then he goes on into a second comment, housing costs, and a government that serves corporations instead of people. I couldn't agree more. And I trace it to the neoliberal Clintonite Democrats in the 90s. Right? I don't know how old you are. You're younger than I am. But I remember that time. And that was when the Democrats threw the working class overboard. That's when it happened, pal. When they all started wearing Armani and Gucci and bullshit and driving Mercedes and making money off the corporate lobbyists, right, and selling us out. That's a real thing. The minimum wage in the United States is supposed to be a living wage. That was the promise that FDR made when he introduced it. That's what it's supposed to be. And yet I have to argue with my fellow Americans that it was never intended to be that. God damn it, listen to the speech he gave that day. And the fact that the Democrats have failed when they've had supermajorities in Congress to get the minimum wage raised to a living wage for 30 years is an obscenity and a betrayal of the American people. No two ways about it. And it was that movement to the right of the Democrats that allowed the Republicans to slide into fascism. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. But pal, I don't think it happened by accident. I don't think it happened by accident. I don't think it was just a matter of greed, of personal greed. Because we got Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is an old-time Democrat. There's a guy who walked the walk and talked the talk for 40 years. Longer now. And I don't think that we appreciate the effects of foreign powers on our electoral politics and how it has destabilized America. And the principal source of that cancer is Russia. I don't think there's any doubt about it now. China's on the rise. China's doing it too. No doubt about it. The Saudis, they're behind a lot of shit that we don't know about. Come on, that golf tournament at Mar-a-Lago, 4 days of golf, they paid $500 million for Mar-a-Lago for 4 days of golf. Are you kidding me? What was at Mar-a-Lago then that was worth $500 million? Oh, boxes of classified documents maybe. Why does nobody talk about that? That all those Saudis were there and they paid him so much money for 4 days of fucking golf. Are you kidding me? So, pal, listen, you're not wrong about anything you say. You're right. But the causes, the termites have been chewing at the foundations of our democracy and the institutions of our democracy for so long. We got to cut them off. Now, I'm not saying there isn't corruption at home. I'm not saying that we don't have things to take care of at home. We do. But let me tell you something. I am convinced if we cut off the pipeline of this shit from Russia, it's going to go a long way toward getting Americans back together. Because it's easy to be an American. All you got to do is agree that all people are created equal. and then be willing to fight and die for that principle. But that's it. And there's a lot of people in America right now talking shit about other people in America, saying that they're not equal. Well, in my opinion, if that's your position, we don't even have to listen to you, because you don't buy into the basic principles of what it means to be an American. And so the very first thing that we have to do is every person that's talking shit about other Americans as if they're not people, as if they're not in absolutely entitled to the same rights that the rest of us enjoy every day, stop listening. Don't give them a platform. Don't give them breath. The paradox of a tolerant society is the only thing that we cannot tolerate is intolerance. Can't do it. It cannot be allowed. We allow it, and the fascists will destroy us, as they almost did on January 6th. Make no mistake. But you're right, pal. There's a lot to be done. I'm convinced, though, that getting rid of the Russian influence in American politics will be a big step in the right direction. Thanks, bud. I look forward to your response.